So yeah, welcome back to another video, guys. And yeah, today we're going to carry on working on the Clio here behind me. Like I say, in the last videos and stuff, you saw it was all painted and it's had a good couple of coats on everything. I've got a couple of extra cans just in case I need to touch up any areas, so I just bought them as spares because, like I say, that you can only get a couple at a time unless you order bulk. And yeah, and the other thing we'll be working on today, I've got some wiring parts and a fuse block connector and some crimp connectors, and I've been working on the other night a center console basically for the Clio. So if you can see that in that. So yeah, it's made of aluminium, and it's basically just going to have the original cigarette like 12-volt socket with, it had a central locking key button on it, but I've erased that, like deleted that, and I've got it painted already, and I've basically put the fuse block connector inside that and sort of moulded it in, so that can obviously have the fuses on that. And you can see down there, so that's it just there, if you can see it. And then we've got the grille chilling just there, and then the rear bumper trims and the Clio badges. So yeah, they've all been painted satin black. They're still kind of curing, so they'll be going there. The bumper, the rear trims just going on there. I've got the clips, the original clips I got off eBay, so I can clip them back on instead of bonding and gluing them back on. And then we've got the rear badges going on there basically. But yeah, so what we'll do today is we'll get this car out, get those doors open, because it is very hot today, as you can see. I'm quite sweaty. Get these doors open because it is just like an oven in here, and yeah, let some air in, move the car forward, and then because the garage is quite tight, as you can see there, you can't really get much room down the front, so to be able to work all the way around it, so I'll need to wet sand all this car down today. I've got some Maguire's compound and everything in that bag there, and yeah, we can get it all polished up. Hopefully it comes up really nice, all even. I've got the trims coming as well. I did get some the other day, but the guy that sold me them managed to fold them up so they would have creases all the way down it, which I weren't too happy about, so I sent them back, and getting a new set as well from a completely different seller. So yeah, that's about it. Got the wings painted. They came out really nice. They probably only need a small amount of buffing, so I'm really happy with those. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So yeah, we'll get this door open, let some heat out, and we'll crack on from there really. That's the little cigarette lighter slash central locking button switch, which had something like this originally in it. That's just a blanking one, but yeah, it would have had a red button on it and a central locking key on it, but we got central locking on the key fob now, so we don't need that. So yeah, like I say, we've got the center console mainly made up of aluminium, so it's nice and lightweight and easy to cut. And then yeah, we're going to be cutting a rectangle for this to go into, and then I will be buying some tyre pressure sensors, so I can always monitor my tyre pressure sensors on each wheel, so that'll be going on because obviously it'll be used for the track days, and just an easy way of monitoring it. So I'll be getting one of those, and that'll be permanently plugged into this one. And then you've got all the fuses, so you've got a 4 fuse box junction, and then you've got all the pins underneath. So like I've just glued it all in, and just just used a hot glue gun and mounted it in, just cut the sides off, left the end tab, and then hopefully that should just have enough pressure on it. It should be able to push in without having to sort of screw this down or glue it down or anything like that, so I can take it in and out if need be. And yeah, so I've got some wire, 17 amp cable, and like I say, we're going to have power going to the cigarette light port, and then that'll keep the sensors going, the little screen display that you get. And then the second one, I'll be having hopefully a secondary fan, a backup fan, in case because it's only the standard one on there at the minute. So you have the racing fan for that, and then the third one I'm going to be having, and then the third one will be for fog lights, and then the fourth one is just an extra one. So if I want to add anything at a later date, I can do. So yeah, so we got tyre pressure sensors, we got secondary fan, and we've got fog lights going up the front. So I just got some nice rings, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. They're basically like the little square fog lights that you get you can get them from like Halfords. They're Ring Automotive fog lights with the white covers. I thought it'd look quite nice. So yeah, so that'll be going in there. Painted it all black so it all blends in, because it's normally like a grey colour. I didn't really like the colour of it, so yeah, gone satin black again with this. And yeah, so I've just got to cut the panels, and then after that we've got some switches, 25 amp switches. Got these off eBay, simple, just click and plug. Red LED to tell you the power's on, square face with a round hole, and yeah, nice and easy. Just use a hole saw, plop them in, and they just hold in. Just wire them in to the fuses, and then hopefully that'll be like sort of sitting in the middle, and then there'll be like either that's to the side there, and then there'll be 4 switches going to random things basically. So yeah, that should be good, and that's hopefully one of the other things I want to get done today. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So yeah, keep watching, and hopefully I can crack on with some polishing for this, and hopefully it'll come up really nice. So I'm just going over the paint start with Maguire's paint cleaner. So it's the deep crystal system. So yeah, just be using that first to give it a good clean. Like I say, this isn't endorsed or anything, just a really good product. And yeah, so this prepares paint for polish and wax, and gets rid of any light swirls and surface blemishes. So this will be the first coat over the whole car, and then give it a good clean afterwards with just some I've got some Maguire's compound, and then I've got some just generic polish wax, doesn't have to be anything fancy, just to give it a good layer of coat while it's sitting in here, give it protection, because of that. Obviously at the minute it's got no protection on it. We haven't lacquered it either, and it's just to give it that initial layer of protection. So yeah. There we go, guys. So yeah, if you have any empty bottles like I do, and you have one of your favourite drinks, basically I have a few of these. I've got the 1 litre and the 70 centilitre bottle. If you've got any old cleaning chemical bottle sprays that you've previously used and got rid of, like I just have, then yeah, you can turn it into one bottle basically, and you've got quite a cool bottle to use then for cleaning your car. I'm going to do some wet sanding, so I've got some fairy liquid in here, and yeah. Right, there we go, guys. So yeah, I've had the metal polisher out, and we've had the stage 1 that you've seen, and the Maguire's compound. So yeah, just basically gone round polishing the car. It's come up nice in some areas, so got a nice decent shine there, and then obviously there's other spots like on the roof there where it's a little bit flatter. But again, that's like stage 1, it can be done several times. Just keep buffing it and polishing it. Yeah, like I said, we've got the centre console we can finish up and start doing some work on, and try and get that fitted today. Just need to cut off the excess material, because we've got it bolted in here where it's using the original studs around the gearbox tunnel, or the surround here, and yeah, so I just need to put a fold about here coming up, so it's going to be literally facing, I don't know, what's that, about a 30-degree angle, and then it's going to just literally be coming up, and then the buttons and the switches are going to be on this part here, and then obviously I'll trim all this, make it a lot smaller, and then I might conform it to the tunnel underneath, so you'll be able to see. So that's what it looks like without it. So it looks okay, but like I say, I want some of the extra features of putting some more buttons in for extra options that I want to install on the car. I don't really fancy hacking on the actual dash there. So yeah, instead of actually hacking on the dash, I'm going to actually build it into this this little console here, and yeah, and then give it a lick of paint, match it with the colour of the car. We've got the capsicum red, and yeah, so that's where the bit where I showed you where the main sort of cigarette lighter part will be. That'll be in the centre here, and then a button there, button here, and a button roughly about here. So it's all like symmetrical basically. And yeah, so we'll crack on with that, get going on with that. I've got all the switches and everything up here. Right, there we go guys. So yeah, I've basically trimmed all the edge like I said I would, and done about a 20mm lip all the way around, and then just winged off these bits at the minute, just to give me the width so that I can measure out my holes for the buttons here. What I'll do is run a bead of hot glue from the hot glue gun just all the way around, just to seal up those holes, and then all this will just get sprayed either black or red, and then just bolt it into the car. Might have to do some reinforcement behind on the back just to give it some strength, because it is quite flexible, this aluminium. So yeah, if I have got some metal down there, I could bolt some of that to it, just bolt that to the back, that will give it some strength. Yeah, so yeah, it's getting there, and yeah, I'm going to start drilling out the holes for it now. So I've got my hole saw bit here, and then hopefully all we have to do is just drill there, there, there and there, and yeah, we can start putting the buttons in. There we go guys, so yeah, all 4 holes are all drilled out, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. So like I say, I've just got to mount all the buttons, get this all cleaned up, and I'll get rid of all the sharp edges. But that's pretty much it, that's pretty much the design. I now just need to literally just cut along here. The length is perfect, so I just need to cut again along this side and along that side to make them even, and just to bring it in a little bit so that you don't scrape your legs when you're when I'm driving basically, so this won't hit my left leg when I'm using the clutch. Yeah, other than that, just reinforce it, clean it up, spray it, and yeah, that's about it guys. So you should hopefully see all this in the next video once I've got it all finished. But that's it for now guys. But yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, and if you like the video and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys.